Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're cracking open one of the most essential pieces of kit for any programmer, the Python list. Seriously, you can think of it as the ultimate digital toolbox, something that's ready to organize pretty much anything you can throw at it. But let's back up for a second. Ever wonder how computers handle, well, everything? From your to-do list to massive scientific data sets, how in the world do they keep all that information straight? Well, a huge part of the answer is this really elegant and powerful idea that works just like a digital toolbox. And in the world of Python, that's what we call a list. It's a surprisingly simple solution to a really complex problem. Okay, so let's pop the latches on this thing. Let's take our first peek inside and see what exactly makes a Python list tick. So here's the official definition: an ordered sequence which is mutable. Okay, what does that actually mean? Well, ordered is easy. It just means every single item has its own specific spot in line. And mutable? That's the magic word. It means you can change it. After you create a list, you can go back and add things, remove things, swap things out. It's not set in stone. And this is where it gets really cool. The flexibility is just amazing. A list doesn't care what you put in it. You can have a list of numbers, a list of text, or, get this, you can even have a mix of all kinds of data types in the same list. And you can even put lists inside of other lists. It's like having smaller, organized trays inside your main toolbox. So we get what a list is. Now for the fun part. How do we actually build one? And, more importantly, how do we grab the exact tool we need when we need it? Okay, one of the first things you learn in programming is that we almost always start counting from zero. So if you want the very first item in your list, you ask for the item at position, or index, 0. Think of it like a line of cubbies, and the first one is labeled 0. So for our list 1, asking for index 0 gives us that first number, 2. Now here is a brilliant little shortcut. What if you need the very last item, but you have no idea how long the list is? No problem. Python lets you count from the end using negative numbers. So list 1, -1 will always give you the very last item in the list, no matter what. In this case, that's 12. It's so convenient. Right, so a list isn't just a static box for your stuff. You can do all sorts of powerful things with them, basically letting you combine and customize your tool sets on the fly. Need to dump 2 lists together into one big one? It's literally as easy as using a plus sign. This is called concatenation. It just grabs everything from the second list and sticks it on the end of the first, giving you a brand new, bigger list. And what if you need, say, 4 copies of the word hello? Well, you just multiply it. Using the star symbol lets you repeat the items in a list as many times as you want. This is super useful for setting up data really quickly. Now this is one of my favorite features. It's called slicing, and it lets you grab just a piece of your list. So here, 1:4 means start at index 1 and grab everything up to but not including index 4. So we get the items at positions 1, 2, and 3. It's perfect for when you just need a specific selection of tools from your big collection. Okay, let's circle back to that magic word from the beginning, mutable. Remember? The ability to be changed. This is honestly what makes lists so incredibly powerful and useful. Here's what we mean. Look at this list of colors. Let's say we're not feeling orange anymore. We can just target its position, which is index 3, and assign a new value, like black. And bam, the original list itself has been changed. We didn't have to make a whole new list, we just modified the one we had. That's mutability in action, and it's a total game changer. Now, because lists are mutable, they come with a whole bunch of built-in power tools. We call these methods. They let you do all the common things you'd want to do. .append lets you add a new tool to the end. .sort puts everything in order for you. .pop and .remove let you take specific items out. These are your go-to functions for managing what's inside your list. All right, let's talk about one last thing. And this is a big one because it trips up pretty much everyone when they're starting out. We need to talk about how to properly make a copy of a list. I call it the cloning conundrum. So you might logically think that to copy a list, you just do this. List 2 equals list 1. But watch out, this is a trap. This does not create a second toolbox. What it actually does is just put a second name tag on the exact same toolbox. So now you've got 2 names, list 1 and list 2, that both point to the very same list in memory. And that brings up a really important question. If both names are pointing to the exact same object,
What happens when we use one of those names to change it?
And here's the big surprise. If we add the number 10 to list 1, we find that list 2 has also changed. Why? Because there was never a second list to begin with. You just modified the one and only toolbox, and both of your name tags are still pointing right at it. You can imagine how this could cause some really confusing bugs in your code.
So how do you actually do it right? How do you clone your toolbox so you have two separate independent copies? Well, you've got a few great options. You can use a full slice, you can use the list function, or you can use the special copy library. Any of these three methods will create a genuinely new list that you can change without affecting the original. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that a Python list is so much more than just a container. It's a powerful, super flexible, and most importantly, changeable toolbox for your data. Getting comfortable with lists is a massive step forward in programming. They are the bedrock of so many things you're going to want to build. So now that you have this ultimate toolbox, the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?